On June 8th, the president of the OCAA, Nathan McFadden, announced that college fall sports championships would not be held this year. And let's check in now with Michelle O'Keefe, the Associate Director of Athletics and Recreation at Niagara College. Michelle, some terrible news for your athletes, obviously. How did they handle it?
It's disappointing, but I don't think it was a surprise. It's been so slow to open up after the pandemic started in the middle of March, and I think people expected it. Disappointing nonetheless. There's no doubt about it. It's the fall season that was suspended, and we're hoping at the end of the summer, early fall, to review for winter sports. So maybe we have a condensed volleyball, basketball season. Perhaps some of the normal fall sports like soccer, golf could be moved to the spring. We don't know. The conversation will be had at that point.
Soccer teams can't train together, but your athletes could follow their own training regimen on their own?
Yeah, and our coaches have done a good job of virtually training them. Like they get together on Zoom if not weekly, bi-weekly, and they all have training plans. And we have them checking in. We have some people volunteering time to help guide the athletes on how to train at home alone. So we're still trying to keep a handle on that and make sure that they're feeling motivated and wanting to exercise and stay active, but it's very much at a distance.
On campus, a lot of students won't be returning to campus or coming to campus to start first year because I understand most of the classes will be held virtually. How does that affect things as well for some of the programs?
It's a challenge because it's not normal. So people have a hard time breaking old habits, and they'll be able to come on campus if they have a lab, but they won't be able to linger. They'll have to just come do their lab work and then leave. And it's always interesting for our athletes because they're traditionally start in the fall, you start your sports. You start your school and you start sports. So it's completely a different world for them. And we want to make sure they're feeling as supported as they can.
Recently, you did have a chance to celebrate the successes of Niagara College athletes. You had a virtual athletic awards in conjunction with the broadcasting, radio, television, and film program. How did that go and how was it accepted?
You know what? We're very, very fortunate to have such a strong broadcast, radio, television, and film BRTF program. And with Dutch Vandenberg being a big advocate for us, he's always willing to go above and beyond. So our athletic banquet, he ended up using it as a class project. So the students just rolled up their sleeves and created amazing highlight packages, and everything was taped ahead of time, and they edited it all together. I thought it was amazing, and the athletes loved it. And then we've been doing that, as you know, Mike, we've been doing that Join the Conversation series on Zoom with Dutch twice weekly. And again, it's very simple, but we've been able to attract great guests because people are at home and they're willing to have a conversation on Zoom. And this week, just at 10 o'clock this morning, the convocations have been started. And so convocation, there's twice a day, 10 and 2, and you can watch it on the college website or on Facebook. And I watched the beginning of the first one this morning, and it was amazing. We had Clara Hughes as the convocation speaker. She was so uplifting in her message for the athletes or for the students. We're very fortunate to have colleagues who think outside the box and are willing to put the time in to make it special for our students.
Back to the competition and the school teams, do you have any clue as far as a timeline when you might revisit being able to get the basketball and the volleyball teams and the other winter sports athletes together?
No, right now we're just using the loose timeline of it'll get reviewed in the fall. So, I mean, it's tough to make a decision in June for January. So it was easy enough to make a decision for June for September, but making a decision now for January would be a little too presumptuous. There's all kinds of things that can change between now and then. So hopefully in the fall, we'll take a look at the progress that Niagara and the province is making and make a decision there that's based on the progress of the province.
Thanks very much for your time today, Michelle. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks very much.